Okay, you guys, Kelly commentates here. It is time for our European Championships 2025 predictions. We are going to Tallinn for the championships, and they're going to be held from January 28 to February 2. Today, we're going to look at the contenders in each discipline and then talk about who I think will be taking the spots in the top three and who could be some dark horses or upsets. So let's go ahead and take a look. All right, let's go ahead and start with the men. And the contenders in no particular order are we have Mikhail Selevko, Adam Shauhim-Fa, Nika Ekadze from Georgia, Kevin Amos, Daniel Grassel, Denis Vasilyevs, Lucas Britschke from Swiss, Alexander Selevko, and Matteo Rizzo. Now, please note that there could be more than this, so this is not, everyone who could sneak in, but these are just some of the most likely to make the podium based on, past competition. Mikhail Selivko actually just recently won the Golden Spin competition, getting first place with 245 points. And let's see, last year at Euros, he was actually 30th, and the year before that, he was 8th. So Mihail, has an outside chance for the podium, but definitely could do it. Next up, we have Adam Shauhim-Fa from France. I mean, he's obviously a very good performer. He actually has two short programs this year. He does a backflip in the long program. Adam has kind of been up and down in the past. Um, you know, it's kind of interesting. But the thing is, he is the reigning champion, and he actually has won for the past 2 years in a row. So you will find out if I think he's going to win again. And then next we have Eteri Tutbaritsa's student Nika Egadze. He has gotten seventh at the last 2 Euros in a row, but he has been getting some really strong scores, but they are also up and down a little bit. He got 261 points at Skate America last fall, but then he got 217 at Golden Spin. So, he's just kind of up and down. It just kind of depends on which Nika we're going to get. Kevin Amos from France is definitely going to be motivated. He didn't even make it to the long program last season at Euros. It was kind of a disaster. He was 31st out of 32 skaters, but the prior years he was 4th and 7th. So he could definitely sneak onto the podium here. After that, we have Daniel Grassel. He's having really a breakout season. He got 280 points at Universiade recently. And in Euros, he's been sixth place in 2023 and second in 2022. Next up, many people's favorite skater, we have Denis Vasilyevs. He is just a wonderful showboat skater. He was third at Euros in 2022, so he has medaled there before, and he's definitely a crowd favorite. We have Lucas Britschke from Swiss. He has been recovering from a injury. He did get 246 points at the Helsinki Grand Prix this past fall. And then at the recent Swiss Nationals, he got 267. And we do need to take national events with a grain of salt as they are often, you know, they're often kind of inflated, basically. Alexander Selevko truly does have a very good shot. He got silver, so he's the reigning silver medalist from Euros last year, and he had 256 points, but he hasn't really scored that high this fall, so it's hard to say if he will make the podium. And we also have Matteo Rizzo, who also returned from an injury recently. He recently got 247 points at the Budapest Trophy. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into my predictions. In third place, I predict that we are going to have Kevin Amos. I think this would be the perfect arc and story for him to go from not even making the free skate last year to getting on the podium. I think he's going to be super motivated, and when he skates really well, I mean, like I said at Skate America, he got 282 points, and he's been close before, so he has been as high as fourth at Europeans. And I think this year is the year for Kevin to sneak onto the podium. My second place finisher is going to be Adam Shauhim-Fa. I don't think he's going to hang on to win a third year in a row. I think he's going to get close, but I don't think that he's fully healed from a recent injury. And with him, he is a little bit inconsistent. So he definitely has all the tech, he has everything he needs. But I think that this will be the year that he gets second place. So still going to make it on the podium. And my winner for Europeans is, who do you think? Daniel Grassel. I think that everything points to Daniel Grassel winning this year. He recently just got 280 points at Universiade. He has been getting scored higher and higher by the judges. He does have some under rotations, but it doesn't appear that that's going to hold him back too much. And I think that Daniel Grassel is going to win Europeans this year. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the next discipline. The next discipline is pairs, and the contenders in no particular order. We have Hake and Kunkel from Germany. We have Pavlova and Sviatchenko. We have Haza and Volodin, Gilardi and Ambrosini, Kovalev and Kovalev, Conti and Machi, and Medalkina and Burulava. So you're probably going to notice a very big absence. We have last year's winner, Bakari and Guarize, not being able to come back to Europeans this year. Bakari recently had foot surgery, and we're going to wish her all the best. But, very sad they're not going to be able to come back and defend their title. So Hake and Kunkel have been scoring around 176 to 188 this fall. That is good. They definitely are going to need to score higher than that to break the podium, but definitely a possibility. Pavlova and Sviatchenko actually got fourth place at Euros last year and then fifth in 2023. And they've scored as high as 196 this past year. So they are definitely contenders as well. And Haze and Volodin recently got 218 points at the Grand Prix final. I mean, they knocked it out of the water. But the question is going to be, have they recovered enough to, peak again? And then this is also getting closer to Worlds. So, are we thinking that they're going to be able to do it again? That's kind of the question mark. We have Gilardi and Ambrosini. I really love this pair. They've been scoring around from 176 to 192. They recently got 188 at Italian Nationals. And they were third at Euros in 2024 and second in 2023. So they've already podiumed at Euros, before. So the question is, can they do it again? Kovalev and Kovalev recently have scored at 178 at French Nationals, and they scored 157 at Grand Prix France. So they may be more of an outside chance or a dark horse. And Conti and Machi got 200 points at Grand Prix final, and they've scored as high as 221 at Italian Nationals. But again, Nationals events have to be taken with a grain of salt. And my winners, my predictions are for pairs. In third place, I predict we're going to have Conti and Machi. I know that Machi had some struggles at the Grand Prix final, and I'm sure there's some issues with their timing and things that he's going to want to work on. I just think as long as they stay focused and they have all the tech, they're going to be able to get the points they need to get onto the podium. So they are my third place finisher. In second place, a team that I absolutely love is Medalkina and Burulava. I just think everything points to them getting second place here. They were second last year as well, and I just think that they're going to be able to hold on to second place. And my winners for this year are Haza and Volodin. I think even if they don't skate perfectly, they're going to be able to do enough here to gain the title. And, coming off Grand Prix final, all the momentum is with them. So I do hope and, expect them to win here. Let's go ahead and go on to the women. The contenders are, we have Nina Pinzarone, Nina Petrokina, Anastasia Gubanova, Lara Naki-Gutman from Italia, Jana Jyrkinen, Laureen Shield from France, Kimi Rapond, Olga Mikutina, and Ekaterina Kurakova. So Nina Pinzarone has actually medaled before at Euros. She got third place last year, and then she was eighth in 2023. She's very consistently scoring in the 192 to 193 range, so she's definitely got a shot for the podium. Mina Petrokina, she has been scoring up to 193 this season, but her low is around 165, and so it's just kind of a question mark which Nina Petrokina are we going to get at this competition. Anastasia Gubanova actually won Euros in 2023, and she was second last year. She's been scoring this fall between 177 to 195, but the trajectory of her season is normally, she starts off lower in the season and does tend to peak around Europeans. So I think that she'll be coming in strong here. Laura Naki Gutman. Now, her highest placement is eighth place, and then she had a not so stellar competition at Universiade. She got fifth and scored 169, but she scored as high as 198. So the question is, was that just a flash in the pan, or can Laura, get back to those numbers? And Jana Jyrkinen has scored up to 168 this season. Laureen Schild has gone as high as 182. And Kimi Rapond has actually medaled at Europeans in 2023. She was third place. And this season, she's gone all the way up to 197 for her total score. But she's been ranging from 190 to 197 consistently this season. For Olga Mikutina, she's been scoring in the 169 to 188 range. And Ekaterina Kurakova hasn't been having the best season. I am a big fan. I love her programs, but she gets a lot of flack. People say her cat program is childish, but I just think it's fun, and I love the costume change. So in my eyes, she is a contender. All right, my predictions for women's are in third place, I'm going to say Laura Naki Gutman. This is an outside chance. I think I'm going a little crazy here, but I don't know. I just think that Laura has what it takes. I think that she's done it this season, and she's just got to do it again and kind of rebound from her performance at Universiade. I think she's going to be really motivated here. In second place, I have Anastasia Gubanova. She, got second last year. I think she will keep her place here. She has really nice programs. This is her free program dress here, absolutely beautiful. And she's got the content and the tech. She's fairly consistent, so I do believe that she will medal here. And my winner for Europeans is Kimi Rapond. I think that this is Kimi's year to go ahead and win Europeans. I think this would be a big statement prior to the Olympic year. She's already medaled here at Europeans, and she's proven herself to be really consistent and is kind of finally capitalizing. I think if she's perfect and skates really well, she has a chance to beat Anastasia. So that is my prediction. Let's go ahead and talk about dance. The contenders in no particular order. And I apologize, the picture is not of a nice dancer. We have Turkila and Versluis, Demajot and Mercier, Davis and Smolkin, Fear and Gibson, Guinard and Fabry, Smart and Deek, Lopareva and Brissard, Tashlarova and Tashler, and Reed and Ambrew Levicius. So Turkila and Versluis have been scoring anywhere up to 186 to 196, so they can get the scores that they need. I don't believe they've medaled at Europeans in the past. Demajot and Le Messier actually scored 194 at Sofia Trophy this season, so they definitely can get the numbers that would bring them close to a medal. Davis and Smolkin. Davis, of course, is Eteri Tupuritsa's daughter. They got 192 at the Dennis 10 Memorial. So, their scores are fairly consistent, but they're not really rising, I think, to the level they would need to consistently podium, but they're definitely a dark horse chance. Fear and Gibson from Great Britain, they have scored second place the last 2 seasons in a row at Euros. And so they're definitely looking to, stay on the podium. They got 205 points at Grand Prix final and 210 at the Nepola Memorial. Guinard and Fabry, they were first last year and first in 2023 and third in 2022. They are such a force to be reckoned with. They are gunning hard for their Olympics next year. And, since the Olympics will be in their home country, I'm sure that they are looking for a win here. Smart and Deke have finally been on the rise. I absolutely love their free dance. It is to the Dune soundtrack, and she wears a beautiful dress with a hood, and they just skate beautifully. And they have also been as high as 196, so they definitely can get to the level they need. Lopareva and Brassard have yet to medal at Europeans. They were fourth last year, fifth the year before, and ninth the year before, but they have been on a steady incline and are gaining favorability with the judges. Tashlarova and Tashler have had very strong scores. They got as high as 190 at Grand Prix Finland. And Reed and Ambro-Levicius have also medaled at Europeans in the past, so they are definitely a threat to the podium. My predictions are, and that should say ice dance, I apologize. In third place, I have Lopareva and Brassard. I think that they have the momentum. They were fourth last year. They're going to push up one spot this year and get onto the podium. I think their programs are really strong and they have what it takes. In second place, I have Fear and Gibson. I think they're just going to hold on to the spot they've had the last 2 years. I don't really see them making a run for the first place. I think that is going to go to, no surprise here, Guinard and Fabry. I think that they are just the team to beat. They have really worked on their free program, their free dance, and they changed their costumes. I think they've tweaked it, and I just think that the momentum is currently the highest in their favor. All right, who are your winners for Europeans? Do you agree with my predictions? Why or why not? Sound off in the comments below. I hope you watched them, and thank you so much for listening. Over and out. This is Kelly Commentates.